yeah, so we did that and it was great. Jennifer reached out to all the businesses and I think they felt like they were mini celebrities for a day. We were coming in with a camera crew and it was a
Hmm.
great experience. I would love to do it again. I think we could have done 15 more if we had more time. So so yeah, so that was great. So I'm gonna share. Hopefully this is all gonna work. And can everyone see the quarterly report?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Great. Awesome. So I decided to run it, like I said, November 1st to February 28th versus like a quarter because it won't capture Starlight and it won't capture certain things that when we were active. So before I dig in and we get into all these numbers, I do want to tell you that I will send you this report and I'll send you my highlight sheet. So don't worry, you don't have to write down everything or remember every single number. But overall, in this time period, um, we um, had in total, so social media plus your Google AdWords, we had 1.2 million impressions and we had nearly 5,000 paid clicks. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Um, and over 12,000 visits to the website. So that's really, really important. And I know we keep working with Jennifer on different pages and adding more content. And so clearly that is working. So with that strong visibility, kind of breaking it down, 565,000 came from Meta, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. 640,000 came from your Google AdWords. We're going to dig into the specifics of that. So in here, your Facebook ads. So, couple of highlights, and we're going to look at them in a minute, but, um, you know, your holiday posts. So these, um, the number one post in this time period was the snow globe post. I don't know how many of you are on, but this one tracked really, really well. For you, it was the number one in this time period. So, it had um, over 2,800 click throughs when that was on, which is just really great. Um, so when you do these and we put a little boost behind them, so we put a few dollars to kind of get those impression numbers, spread it, get it out there. So you get over 14,000 impressions, but your average cost per click now goes way down because it's only 2 cents a click. So that's really great. So I think since the second one, right in line, right behind it, was the Holiday Magic. Let's see, this is probably not gonna, let's see if it'll let me preview it on Instagram. Yeah. So that was where your top two performing. So right there, those photographs, so the photographs we took, and literally we posted them like within days and created these reels, these carousels that named businesses that had the Say Old Saybrook theme, but clearly these were resonating with people. When people were thinking probably about their shopping and restaurants and celebrations and all those things, this was a great direction. And, you know, we decided to keep going with that. Starlight, this is your Starlight, that's more of an awareness campaign. So those are your Starlight posts in here. But we decided to take this same idea and do it for Valentine's Day. So I don't know how many of you had seen that one. But again, it's really, say love, say old Saybrook. It's on a Valentine's Day theme. This one also performed really well. And again, giving recognition to different businesses. We're trying to mix it up, right? On the list, restaurants, bakeries, gifts, flowers, all those kinds of things. So I think we're going to continue down this road for you because clearly people are identifying with it. They're clicking through, they want to know more. And that's really one of our that.
Hey, Marty, this is Greg Gernhardt. I'm new to the council,
Yeah.
and I'm going to plead ignorance because I actually um, I'm not on Facebook.
Okay.
So, can you tell me what an impression is? Is that when they leave a comment or?
Nope. So the impressions, they have this nifty little guide on my screen, the number of times an ad was displayed. So it's basically when you're in Facebook, we target your audience and it means it showed up in your feed.
Okay.
So maybe Jennifer can show you hers. I don't know.
Greg, we actually had a training before you came on board as a group because was like a learning curve for everybody.
Yeah.
And I have
Yeah.
a little cheat sheet
Okay,
from
thank
it
you.
and I'll get that to you.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, you know what, and I'm not an expert in this either. I was gonna have Allie Bryant, who's on our social, she is an expert and lives and breathes this all day long. And we can certainly do that one day where I bring her and she's a great trainer and she can really dig into it.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll talk to my kids and they'll.
Yeah, so she actually wrote this highlight sheet for me because she was unable to come tonight. So which was great. But you know, she definitely is saying that the search, so one, holiday themed, anything that has a theme with the business listings, starting to have this look seems to be resonating with your audience. That's doing very well. People are clicking on them. They want to know more. That's great.
The businesses are very happy about that too, Martin. They like
Right,
it.
right. You know, so it's kind of a win-win. So I think we keep expanding on this. I'm already thinking, okay, let's get a spring lineup going, right? And then these are your Google ads. That's how they refer to them. But basically, this is a mix of, this is your keywords. And I know this is real small. But basically, um, you pay for keywords. They call them Google AdWords when people type in a search and you pay to come to the top of their feed. And now
What are some of the keywords?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Marnie. What are some of the keywords?
They're right here. So I know it's probably hard to see. That's why
I can't see, yeah.
Yeah. So your top ones that are performing the best for you are restaurants in Old Saybrook, Old Saybrook events, things to do in Connecticut, and weekend events. Those are your top four things people are typing and they're landing on you. So, you know, restaurants in Old Saybrook was your number one. So that got, 6,600 impressions and 938 clicks, which basically means when you search it, it pops up, comes in their feed, and then they clicked on that bar. And now I'm sure you've seen how AI is affecting your searching. So now you notice like you get that little block at the top and it delivers. And so now you're competing in that. So some people will click in that box, some go below. And so, but one thing that Allie might, like I said, is the expert. She mentioned that the click-through rates are 8 to 15%, which is above average in a tourism benchmark. Normally they're 4 to 8%. So you're delivering what people are searching for. That's what you want to do. And I think as we keep building out your website, that say Old Saybrook, the different sections, that keeps delivering what they want to see, right? They want to just click on it. Here's a list of restaurants. Maybe they're already booking their, things like that. So, and like I said, I'm going to send you this report so you don't have to strain your eyes, and I will send you a highlight.
Can you repeat what our click-through rate in the tourism segment is versus the regular one?
Yes. Hold on. Let's see if it totaled it for me.
That's why
Here we go.
versus 4 to 8.
So yeah, so here's your click-through rate on Town of Old Saybrook. You're at 8%, 8.46 versus Saybrook Starlight, that was 14.7. And then those are your display ads. So that's why she's saying you are trending 8 to 14% on a click-through rate, which is above what an average rate would be in a tourism sector, normally 4 to 8. And I'll send that to you too, Jennifer, and then you'll have it right here in your dashboard. Okay?
Is there benchmarks on what a town should be? Are these like good numbers, what we would expect for a town our size?
Yeah, so we're saying you're above average. We're seeing that you're doing well on what you're delivering. So people are definitely searching and they want to get what they want to get. So um so remember these things are all tied, right? So you're serving up your organic social, you have paid out there that's delivering content. Google is recognizing that, so now your search words are going to perform well too. So
But given the population in our area, 1,300 clicks is a good number.
yeah, it may not be your area. So remember that.
No, I know, like the shoreline or whatever, well, it could be anywhere, so. That's what I'm just trying to gauge, is 1,300 good? Should we expect a 50,000 or something like that?
I'm not sure about that. But I can dig deeper. I'm not sure if I can get like Madison's number versus
No.
you know?
It's okay, I'm just
Yeah,
I
just trying to
think,
get up to speed, so.
I think this fact that we are doing double or better in the tourism segment is actually very, very good number to see. That shows, and there's not a lot of towns that are doing this kind of promotion that we're doing, so I don't know that, at least not ones our size. So,
yeah.
So I just wanted to see what happened when I Googled restaurants in Old Saybrook. And the
Mhm.
first thing that comes up is Say Old Saybrook dining, which is great.
That's really good.
We have 1,301.
Right.
Exactly.
Right, Susan.
So, so yeah, so digging a little deeper, this is your website traffic. So this is what we're measuring through Google Analytics of where people are coming from. These are their sources. I know this is a little tough to see, but what it's telling me is your paid search. So again, those Google AdWords is driving the most traffic to your website right now. That is driving your website traffic. Right behind it is direct traffic. That means people who have saved Say Old Saybrook, they know the website. It's probably me, it's probably Jennifer, it's probably most people in this room who are on it all the time. But you know, you've got a lot of visitors coming in from that. And then organic, that's coming, just organic, someone just somewhere saying, oh, I heard about Old Saybrook, let me just see. Oh, you know. And then
But when you say website, this isn't, hey, what time is the transfer station open and stuff like that?
it's the sale
No.
favorite
Just
website.
This is Say Old Saybrook. This is your tourism website. So the other thing is, what was I going to mention? Oh, referrals. So referrals mean people going, seeing a story maybe about Old Saybrook or something, and they come to your website. So I noticed WFSB was on here. And so I have to make a guess that they probably did a story about Starlight, maybe. Because in this time period, people must have saw something on WFSB. That's another way to drive traffic. Referral traffic is very good. You can, so like, if Say Old Saybrook has presence on other places, that's what's called referral traffic. So like if Lives had a website and they had a way that people could also search, and I'm just using that as an example, Say Old Saybrook, you'd see Lives suddenly showing up in your referrals. So
Okay.
those are like referral links. But paid search is your number one, direct to organic, referrals, and paid social coming right behind it. So, and again, I'm going to give you all these numbers so that you can understand that. So, kind of wrapping it up a bit is one, you have high engagement with your seasonal campaigns. That's what we were talking about. So, that gives you a low cost per click and it gives you big traffic spikes. So Valentine's Day, get a big spike. You know, holiday time, boom, big spike, right? So, so we want to continue with those. and also keep your search words very current. And we'll keep tackling, expanding that website, right? So I know Jennifer has many things that she has to do, but we're gonna get it. We're gonna work on it. We're gonna
I'm
have,
on it, Marnie, I'm on it.
you're on it. I know, trust me. I know you're good. So I'm gonna give all of this to you, so you guys can see it. And, I don't know, Jennifer, do you want to talk a little bit before I'm done the business interviews or coming up for the spring for your May events?
I mean, we're just waiting on the letter, right?
Yeah,
And so we can contact them.
Yep.
Okay.
those, we're gonna film them and we're gonna use them in different ways, but certainly social will be another way where that will be Say Business, Say Old Saybrook.
Mm.
Say opportunity, weren't we gonna do say opportunity, say Old Saybrook?
Exactly.
I
I think
like that.
we talked about this at the last meeting where, we're focused on, for the video, 5 businesses. But we're gonna break those pieces up so that we can not just use them with the video, but whatever footage we get from them, we'll use in all kinds of media and other collateral and make the best use of it, so. But
Yes.
talking about growth, a lot of it will be retention, but then the other part will be also attraction. So some of it, businesses that we already have, sort of affirming their choice, and then maybe trying to attract businesses in areas where we think would be a good target. Does that sound fair, Marnie?
Yeah. I think it'd be great. Also, talking about Old Saybrook as an environment for your employees, right? And why they love to have their business there, because their employees love to work there. That's all good for your community as a whole, right?
Yep.
Helps your shopping, your restaurants, all that too. And so, yeah.
Did you already select the 5 businesses?
Yes.
It did.
Who are they? Can you say?
Can you say, Jennifer?
I don't know, do we want to say?
Maybe you want to
We
wait.
haven't,
Maybe
we
you
haven't
wait. Let's
actually
wait till we
notified the
invite them.
businesses yet, so
Got it.
I think we'll not do it in the open meeting.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, got it.
Well, that's right,
She'll
yeah.
send you an email.
What we,
I'd like
what
to
we say here,
suggest-
everybody can know.
Yeah.
I keep
May I
forgetting.
suggest inclusion of Fine Fettle? I think they're doing a great business over there, and I think the town makes a lot of money. I'm just kidding.
Great. All right. It was great seeing everybody. And
Thanks,
then
Marty.
Thank you,
I'll
Marty.
send this out to you and I will get my data person and she loves talking about data all day long. So, all right. I'll see you all soon.
Thanks,
Bye,
Ann.
Marnie.
Have a good
Bye.
night. All right, shall we go back to Jennifer and the staff report?
Oh.
Got the big part done.
I mean, does anybody have any other questions about marketing while, before I move on to the report? Or feel free to bring it up in the middle.
The budget for that was from that grant that we received a while back you were talking about, or is it
ARPA
funded
money.
by the town?
Actually, we started out paying for that with ARPA, but now we've flipped a little bit. So, we pay for our marketing firm out of our ARPA dollars right now, but we pay for the digital campaigns out of our regular budget.
Okay. So having this on a sustained basis is not an issue then, if ARPA money runs out, or?
Well, we've been building up our budget,
Yeah,
so that once the ARPA money is gone, we
We can
can
keep going.
sustain as best we can. I mean,
Yeah,
it may not be
okay.
apples to apples, but it'd be,
it'll be close.
yeah.
Mhm. Jennifer,
long-
I
too
know
long.
that the Chamber of Commerce represents more than just Old Saybrook, but do they anywhere publicize our website, Say Old Saybrook, in anything they print?
I did an ad actually in their directory for Say Old
Great.
Saybrook when it came out. And it wasn't expensive, but I figured that gets passed out to all the tourists and all that. So I did do that. And, if I do a press release or something to them as a member, they'll promote it, but
That's great.
yeah. Okay. So just for my report, I trying to keep you updated a little bit on what's going on with the Mariners Ray redevelopment ad hoc committee, because they're, really trying to make major business development change in that area, which I think is an interest of this group. So they're making steady progress there. If you want to follow their stuff in more detail, all their recordings are online and their minutes, just like any other meeting. Of course, the other big development piece coming up is the referendum for the former Dock and Dine property. We've put a lot of information on the website so that anybody who's interested in that issue can get facts rather than misinformation. We are still seeing some misinformation coming out, but we're doing our best to try and provide the accurate information, and we hope there'll be a good turnout, and the electorate will decide on that. So there is actually, I probably should tell you guys because I know you hear other things, but there is an outside group that has been promoting a specific outcome for this vote, and they are doing their own paid advertising. It is not something the town is doing. The town is not allowed to advocate for a position now that the public hearing has been set out. So if you see advertisements out there promoting a specific outcome, that is not coming from the town. It's coming from an interested group of citizens who are organizing and funding that on their own.
In favor of our purchase or against?
It is in favor, actually.
Great.
Website, we're working on the website. Next steps. There's nothing really new to report there. The same that I've been telling you about, just plodding along to get it done. Social media keeps going up a little bit. So we're getting steady interest there. We already had Miranda Creative's report. I just wanted to touch on one thing related to that. So I did tell her about the commission's feelings about the monthly reports we're getting and how it would be nice to have sort of that high level overview, at least with a summary. And when I talked to Maureen about that, she felt like it's hard in a month snapshot to really be able to provide more substantive information. She felt like the quarterly time span provides a better overview of a period of time. So we agreed that she would continue to provide the monthly reports and we could, just follow the progress, but that the bigger picture where she gave a better view of the results would come quarterly like she did today, because it's much more useful information when you view it in that way. Unless you guys are very opposed to that, I can go back to her and say, and I'll resend out the cheat sheet too, so that people remember.
Great.
Let's see, zoning commission is very busy. I try and keep you guys up to date on the things that I think are most of interest probably to this group. So the study on Main Street has been going quite well. working with that particular consultant is very easy. They're great to work with. We're hopeful that we'll have 10 good parcels that have the highest capacity for housing development. And of course, anything that happens is up to the property owners, but sometimes you don't know what you don't know. And the fact that we're putting the money into this study and showing what could be possible if people were interested, is usually helpful, because all of that back end research and testing costs money, and whatever we can do to make it easier for property owners to make choices, I think is helpful to them. So we'll see what happens. I think we're scheduled to be complete with this project. I forget if it's June or September, but not too far off. Max's Place is having an expansion. So that should be coming before zoning pretty soon. Van Wilgen's Garden Center is hoping to open in the spring. And then there's also another garden center that's going to be opening up in the former Scott's location.
Oh,
So,
Where's where's that called?
well, it used to be in the plaza where Benny's was, and
Oh,
moving
yeah.
down the street, kind of across from
Yeah.
the-
pizza, it's next to the pizza
Yes.
restaurant,
Yes,
and
next to
across
the
from,
piece.
yeah,
Okay.
where the old house used to be that they tore
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Hannaford Commons is coming before zoning under 830G.
Where's Hanford College, Common?
That's the one right behind Doro Marketplace.
That's another, Mike Card's doing that one too.
Yes. That'll be the last building in that group. And then there's another housing project.
And that one's just having, that one's not having stores underneath it. Originally, wasn't that gonna have like retail underneath it?
Yeah, it was gonna be mixed use in the original thing, but he's now moved to all housing,
All right.
all residential.
One of,
And then, of course, 91 Sheffield Street, right down here, is right now before the zoning commission about developing that property.
16th, I think.
That sounds right, yes. We'll see what happens with that. And all of these things can be followed in detail on the land use department's webpage if you want to see the plans or
Which page again? Sorry?
the land use department. Yep, go under zoning. So Celebrate Saybrook, we are having another meeting this week about that. And we've also been doing a lot of planning for America 250. And there may be some culminating event combining the two. We're still working out the details of that. So hopefully I'll know more this week on that. For Chili Fest, it got canceled. And actually, since I wrote this, they are now rescheduled for the 21st.
all three plans.
Yeah. So that is good news for them. Hopefully the snow will be melted by then. Oh yeah, and as far as America 250, we have a special page on the website. The library especially has taken the lead in doing a lot of activities related to America 250, and the Historical Society has some things coming up in the spring and summer. So, there's a lot of diverse little things that are happening through that. So it's worth keeping an eye on. And we'll also be doing something with the garden club related to that. They're doing red, white, and blue plantings all up and down Main Street this year.
Yeah,
And
so pretty.
yeah.
That'll be really pretty.
And we're really roping the businesses into that, and have a lot of, patriotism and continuity on Main Street. Old Saybrook has a new artists collective. So that's pretty exciting. They have a bunch of plans. They're just getting started, but I just feel like, again, this is another indication that there's a lot of energy on Main Street. And I want to say, of course, we can't take all the credit, but I think we can take some credit, because I really feel like since we started working with Connecticut Main Street Center and really building relationships with our downtown business community and supporting them through the website and the advertising and the community calendar. I mean, since then, we've seen the Downtown Business Events Association form, and they're hosting annual events now. They're going to be doing their Pumpkin Fest again. They're going to be changing up their holiday stroll. Now we have the Artist Collective forming. I just really, really see so much good energy and cooperation among the downtown businesses. And so I just think that that's great progress, and I hope we'll continue moving in that direction. Art hallway. I don't know if you got to see the Camera Club exhibit. It's pretty nice.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
Have you seen it, Susan?
No, I haven't.
Gotta come in.
I have to get in there.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
real, yeah.
They were very excited. They said they might want to have an event, but they haven't gotten back to me with any dates, so I don't know if they're going to do it or not.
Let me jump in on the kids for the May through August.
Yeah.
So now that we got all the schools, yay, can we try to work on like a little reception? Like, can we do what we did for the seniors?
Yep.
Can we see if the high school, they're gonna kill me, like has a little jazz band or like a little quartet or something that can play and have refreshments for them? And I don't know, I mean, I would not say have them pay for it. I was gonna say, can we find something? Like, cookies, I'm not saying big,
Yeah.
like cookies and some punch or,
Kind of like what we did at the piano thing.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
have something like that for the kids. I was even thinking red, white, and blue balloons.
Oh, yeah, that would be fun. Yeah, I think we could definitely do that.
I'd like to, because they were, yeah. It
I
took a
need
while
to order
get
the
them.
frames for them,
That was my next question. What do we, let's,
because I did tell them that we would pay for the frames through our America 250 budget, and that's fine with Amanda, our America 250 chair. My only concern actually at this point is that we have so many participants. I don't know if all those pictures are going to fit in the hall. And I don't know if we might have to order more clips too. I feel like we're going to need to measure this out, because the fourth grade students are all doing 8x10 size. And then the high school students are doing a little bit bigger. And I don't know what the middle school students are doing. But that's, we're talking
we
like
wanted them to know.
75 pictures.
Like, okay, good.
They're gonna be
Yeah.
here the whole
I
time.
call them back and say, only bring one.
We'll find someone anyway. It's taken me 2 years to get them to
I'm
come
a
in.
little scared that it's not gonna all
Can,
fit.
can we do on the other side, take the pictures down that are on the other side right now? Put them away for a little bit and then hang on the opposite side?
I don't know. I can look down there, but I mean, I think we might have to do some measuring. And if we can't fit them all at once, we need a plan B.
Okay. All right. Well,
I mean, maybe we rotate stuff out over a 6-month period instead of a 4-month period. I don't know, but
well, let's look and see what,
I know you took so long, and now we have this embarrassment of riches, and
like we asked them, and it was, they kept saying, nah.
yeah,
and finally-
now everybody wants to.
Like when we said it's the 250, we were angling for it, and they were really kind of not that keen on it. All of a sudden, they got keen, very keen on it, which is great.
Good, yeah.
Which is great. That's why I'd like to do something.
Too much is a good problem.
Yeah, exactly. I
How
think we
about,
can do something.
what, like this meeting room here in the meeting room downstairs where they have the selectmen's meeting, maybe we can put some more in there.
Well, the problem is the hanging, though.
Um,
I mean, I don't think they're going to be happy if I bang a bunch of holes in the wall. We'd have to figure something out. Like we have the hanging system in the
In
hall.
that hallway.
Hmm.
I just don't know if we could put it on the other side, but
Yeah.
let's see, I mean, I think it's 70 feet. If I walked it off, I think it was 70 feet of wall
They can
space.
really narrow frames.
All your pictures gonna be 3x6s or something.
I mean, I might need to order more cables and more clips,
Mhm.
and I have no idea how much that costs, so.
Mm.
Anyway.
Well,
I guess
that's okay.
start
Right.
thinking about a plan B if we
Okay.
can't fit them all. That's, I guess, my message.
All right, so, all right.
The town branding work group has met 3 times. So we're waiting on the next iteration. We kind of got a rough sketch this last time, and they're gonna refine it a little more and give us some more stuff. So I think we're meeting again in another week or so with them. But I think we're moving in the right direction. What do you think, Erica? Do you have anything else to add?
Wow. It's fascinating doing this brand. It is crazy. And it is so cool with the different people in their specialties. I feel like I'm just the EDC. I'm just like helping Jen, like I'm here. And you have the architect and the historian and the artist and the business owner. It's like, and they all have these cool ideas. And I'm sitting back, that's right, that's right. But I have an idea. I want to show you a picture that might go with one of the branding ideas, and how everybody is kind of the same, but all of a sudden different on what they want. And I'm not an artist. It's funny, I work a lot with the art. I'm not an artist, but I know what I like, and it is interesting to see what they're doing and how it comes together.
What is the plan, to have 2 or 3 to present to the Board of Selectmen?
No, I think we'll have 1 that will go before 2 focus groups,
I see.
invitation only focus groups. And then we'll refine and figure it out from there. And I mean, the Board of Selectmen would be part of that. And then, we'll launch it.
Cool.
Yep. Well, yeah.
I submitted 2 SHIP grants, at the end of February.
Do you remember what she stands for?
Uh,
Or roughly?
Small Harbor Infrastructure Project, something like that.
Then it's
It's through
state.
the Connecticut Port Authority.
Okay.
Yep. And so hopefully, one of them is pretty significant, would really help pay for the seawall reconstruction at Saybrook Point.
It would be nice.
Would be perfect timing. And once we do that too, we'll be able to use the trails grant that we got and finish the sidewalk down there. And then the other one's a smaller one to pay for some planning that the Harbor Management Commission is doing. So hopefully we get those.
You just, you mentioned sidewalks. I know this might not be the exact time to do it. What's the deal with walkability in Old Saybrook, and these sidewalks still have a lot of snow on them? Like Coulter Street, excuse me, because I have a lot of them, I know. Like side of Liberty Bank. It hasn't seen the sidewalk since the first snow. No one has touched it. Finally, I went in the other day and I said, hey guys, like, do you know you have a sidewalk on the side of your building? And they looked at me and literally said, really? I said, yeah, really. And she was really sweet. And she said, oh, I just started here. She was the supervisor, not the manager. Manager was with someone. And I don't know if Liberty owns the building or if they're leasing it, but no one can walk on it. And the same thing with different houses on Coulter Street. Some are shoveling, some aren't. And I don't want to be the little old lady that's cranky, but it's tough when you're walking on the road at night or anytime, because people do go pretty fast down that road. And I thought there was something that the town sent out that after 12 or 48, whatever it was, hours, the sidewalks are supposed to be cleared. And I mean, I went into the Hartford Cardiology group, same thing. And I said, you guys, your sidewalks are cleared. Are you waiting for a lawsuit before you do something? And they, again, oblivious. They said, oh my gosh, we'll contact our plow guy, and I said, great. But it's funny that they're just not. A lot of the businesses here on Main Street are great. North Main, same thing, right-hand side, if you're going up toward the train station, right-hand side, not shoveled at all. Lighthouse, cleaners all the way down. Other side by the cemetery is fine.
I
But I don't-
can let
oh.
Carl know about that.
And I guess one of them, they did say the Liberty, someone in Liberty Bank said, oh, it's the town's responsibility to shovel. And I said, I don't think in this town it is. I said, but I will double check. I go to a meeting, I told them I'm at a meeting tonight. I said, I will double check and let you guys know.
It is actually the business and property owner's responsibility to shovel the sidewalks in front of their
Okay.
business, which we do advertise as a town. But
Right. There's a lot of people going through the banks and stuff like that coming from different branches. So she might not have known, but that place hasn't been shoveled the side of that all year long. All season. So anyways, there are a few places in town.
Okay. I'll let Carl know and see
Okay.
if there's something more we can do to get that message out there.
Okay.
There's been a bunch of business grants being offered. I think I might have talked about it at the last meeting. Those are wrapping up this month, but I've promoted them to a bunch of places. And so those are great opportunities. Hopefully in the past, Old Saybrook businesses have gotten some of that money. And so hopefully they're planning and they will do so again. That's my report, unless anybody has any questions. There's a lot going on in town right
Sure.
now.
All right, and back to the agenda. It's time to approve the minutes of our February 3rd meeting. I think everybody has a copy. Everybody's read them already. There's a lot of us here.
I'll make a motion to pass as written.
Okay. And do I
I'll
have a
second.
Second, all right. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Unanimous. Okay. Approval minutes. Jennifer, anything in regard to correspondence or announcements
No,
other than we've talked about already? Go to new business, and I know you have something on this.
yeah, so, the River Cog has, does everybody know what the River Cog is, first of all? So the River Cog is our regional,
Council of Governments.
yes. And I think there's 13 towns in our region, I want to say, I should know that.
You can count them on the bottom of the page.
Yeah, those, you'll see the list of them there, who's included. And basically, they are tasked with doing, regional planning. And all the selectmen in the area meet regularly as a group, and, River Cog does larger scale studies. One of the ones that we were involved in most recently, you might remember me talking about a lot, was Thrive, where we were one of the communities selected to have our transit area studied, and we got some great plans out of that for things that we could do in the future. And so they've been putting together some things to help downtowns develop, and some of the things that they're doing, we've already started doing, and like working with Connecticut Main Street Center. And this is a new thing that they're offering right now, where you can get, with a professional economic development consultant, some assistance for free. So 12 hours that we're allotted for our town. And he'll meet with us, and then, I mean, I think he'll do like a basic just review of what's going on with us. And then after that, there's this list of all these services, and we could pick as an organization the things that are the most of interest to us, where we're at with our projects right now. and say, we'd like to have the remainder of our hours with you be focused in these areas. So I think as a group, unfortunately, only half of us are here tonight. So maybe it's not the best time to decide exactly what we want to do, but I do think we should have a discussion about, what the things on this list are that we think would be most useful to us and what we've been doing, and maybe almost use it as a strategic planning effort. So that we can sort of do a roadmap for where we want to continue going. And it's probably a good time too, because even though we're not going to wind up everything we've been doing, because I think we've invested in these pieces that we were able to fund through ARPA. But now that ARPA's ending, maybe we sort of are finishing a little bit of one chapter and moving on to another chapter. So, what is that chapter going to be, and how are we going to balance what we've done with maybe what our next steps are? So maybe this comes at a good time for us. I went through and I checked off a couple things that I think might be particularly relevant for us moving forward. And other people may have opinions about it, but I do think that, this is free help and we should take
Yeah.
advantage of it.
Mhm.
I mean, some of the ones that I thought, I'll just start, I guess, were under the organizational development and capacity building. I thought maybe 1 and 2 might be good. I mean, performance measurement and evaluation is something that we talk about a lot here. And maybe there are some areas that we could improve our stats out, especially outside of the strict like marketing stuff that we've been doing. I thought maybe we might take advantage of some training for this group here. Everybody has different skill sets, and maybe we could, harness some of that. Some of the other stuff that I thought would be interesting potentially are under the economic development policy and program planning, sort of that cluster analysis and sector planning. That's something that we did a little bit when we were trying to pick the businesses that would be selected for the videos. And I think that that's a great piece that can help with growth. Obviously business retention, expansion, and attraction. And maybe there are some other ways that we can be supportive of our businesses. I thought that one might be something interesting. And then under the neighborhood and Main Street businesses, I also thought that facilitating the planning for the community scale business hubs, including that market tenant mix analysis. I thought that was kind of an interesting thing, because that's another thing that we've been talking about. How can we attract more of the types of businesses that we want to our downtown so that we have the right mix? And how do you find out what that right mix is? So those were some of the ones that stood out to me based on sort of the conversations we've been having, and that seemed like logical next steps based on where we've been and where we could go. So,
How many can you pick?
I mean, I think once he comes in, we could explain to him what we're looking at, and he could recommend to us. And I mean, we only have 12 hours. 12 hours goes fast.
Okay.
But I mean, we could choose to then pay to have extra help if we wanted, or, at least he could get us going in the right direction, maybe on a couple things.
And when is this gonna happen?
We
Do you have a date yet?
need to schedule him to come and meet with us. So I guess that's another thing we would want to talk about. When do we want to try and have him come in?
And I know you said about it. Who is him again?
his name is Dale Croup,
And it's,
and he's been contracted by Rivercog. They had, a competitive bid process and he won the bid.
Okay.
And he has 30 years of economic development experience.
Okay.
Um,
and so
Like Dave.
And I've known him for 30 years. So.
Oh, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I served on the Connecticut Community Development Association board with him for probably 10 or 12 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I know his history. You, first of all, was a consultant out of the Valley area, the Carl Lowendahl, and then he, most recently, before he went out on his own here, I think, he was my counterpart.
Okay.
When I was in, Naugatuck, he was ran the Economic Development Corporation for
Right.
the town of Hamden.
Oh, nice.
Okay, good. So he's willing to come in and give us 12 hours and talk to us about any of these subjects.
Yep.
Well,
And he's a good guy. He's had a lot of experience in this and worked with a lot of volunteer groups.
I mean, I could try and schedule him as soon as April, or we could wait till after our business event. I don't know. What is your pleasure here?
And I don't know if it's worthwhile. I could give him a call and find out what he's done in other towns, find out which things he thought were more successful with the time limit he's got and so forth,
Mm.
That might give us a little idea of some of the things that we thought about might work better.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a web page to go to that gives us a little more detail on?
I don't know, my last, I haven't seen him in a while, so
Okay.
my last contact with him.
Detail on him and his.
No, like the bullet, right? So it gives 2 sentences on what this is, but is there a web page that if you actually want to see what it is?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I could ask Rivercog if they have, this is what they sent out to us. Yeah.
I would imagine you can probably just, Google his, name of his company and,
Yeah,
go onto his website, yeah.
sure. These are probably all, he's already got a presentation for all of them.
Yeah, his company is called Community Resource Management.
I think the areas you highlighted, Jennifer, seemed spot on. So it's up to you guys to decide, do we have the bandwidth in terms of time to bring them in April, or do you want to wait until after your May event?
I mean, for me personally, probably starting a new project would be better after we get some of the ones we're working on.
Yeah.
I mean,
The only one that stuck out to me is under the economic development policy, the second one, leveraging the comprehensive economic development strategy to engage in. That one's kind of popped out at me.
yeah, and that actually, so the SEDS is an important regional document that was done recently. And I know Rivercog would really like people to be focusing in on some of the things that they've identified in that. So,
Okay. I like performance measurement and evaluation
mhm,
because we struggle with that still.
yeah.
All right. Well, then I guess we're saying it's valuable, but let's wait.
Well,
So maybe, well,
The
Dave,
education is what it is.
yeah. Dave, when you talk to him, maybe you can talk about timing then.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give him a call.
All right.
I have, I have contact information for him.
That was best.
Oh, good.
Community resource, what was it, management?
Management.
Okay. Moving on to old business. Anything new on the website?
Nothing new on the website. No. The business video series and networking event, I did a draft introductory letter that was supposed to go to all the businesses we've selected. Miranda Creative was looking that over. I have not heard back from them. I do have my regular meeting with them coming up. So I'm going to ask them what the status of that is so that we can get going on that. I did share with them your feedback. Oh, actually, that was the subcommittee's feedback.
Mhm.
There was one area that they didn't pick a business for that our subcommittee felt strongly that we should try and add that business, and they were going to see what the cost difference would be to add one extra business. So I haven't heard back from them on that either. I've been sending out some emails to potential sponsors for the event because I think it would be, I'm trying to make the event sort of, I mean, obviously we want it to be fun and to celebrate our business community, which is what the video will be. It'll be fun to unveil the new branding, but I want it to also be a night where our businesses feel like they're being provided again with resources and things that will help make their lives easier as small business owners. And so the sponsors that I've been reaching out to are those who I think can provide services or products that fall under kind of that umbrella. And then, you know, maybe a few little fun things I've been talking about with Miranda Creative, maybe a little swag or like a little game or a raffle where you can win some prizes, because who doesn't like to win a prize?
Right.
So, but just really trying to up our number of attendees from the last time that we had one of these. So it's
This is the May.
May 19th.
Yep.
So hopefully we'll get our save the date out pretty soon. And if anybody can think of particular people who they want invited to this event, I've been putting together a list so that we can make sure we get it on their calendars. Just email me your thoughts on that and I will add them to the list. Like if there's anyone in particular that you think would be impactful for us to have there. And I've been talking with Miranda Creative too about having the head of the Connecticut SBA, Small Business Association, come and be like a keynote speaker. So
Yeah.
that would be really
Wow, great.
Okay.
So that's that.
All right. I don't think we have anything on advisory groups. And I have no comment.
You've been involved.
I already welcome Greg last month.
Yeah, I'm just an old.
Oh, maybe one thing. Are we waiting for some reason in regard to the alternate's position is still open?
I thought the Democratic Town Committee had wanted to nominate their own person. They do not have anyone in mind, so that position is open. And yeah, I just found that out actually last week. I asked Carl, so what's going on with that? Oh, and thank you to Greg, who has volunteered to be our liaison with the inland wetlands.
Oh,
And oh, that reminds me, I'm glad you brought this up, Dave. So I remember I sent around a thing about getting somebody to serve on the Mariners Way,
The once a year.
the TIF district.
Yes.
So Nick kindly volunteered, but he's already appointed as a planning commission member representative. And so Carl would like a representative from this group to serve on that TIF advisory board. So if anyone is still interested in that, just let me know and I will let him know.
And that's for the Mariners Way?
Yes, so the TIF district is a tax increment financing district that encompasses all of Mariners Way. And it's just a funding mechanism to help with development in that area.
And that meets once a month or?
It meets like once a year.
Okay.
Or it might be more often now that the Mariners Way Redevelopment Committee is very active. For the first time, people might start taking funding out of the TIF.
I may be interested in that.
Okay, perfect.
I was going to say, I if it doesn't meet that often, you need someone, we set up the TIF in New Britain, the downtown taxing district, when I was there.
Mhm.
It was- So, we did the whole thing with the votes and the weighting of, tax versus, ownership. In other words, if you owned a piece of property, no matter how much, you had the same equal voice as the ones who owned half the downtown,
Okay.
So it was an interesting thing. We also worked on establishing and getting the approval from the member group on what the tax rate would be. So I've got a reasonable amount of interest or experience in it, but that's 30 years ago. So I would imagine now the TIF rules are the same, it's just maybe my memory is as good as it.
You'll have to refresh it.
But if you want.
It doesn't matter,
Fine.
whichever ways.
Okay, perfect. I will let Carl know that there is interest. All right.
Okay,
All right.
so, if there's nothing other business, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion
Erica?
to adjourn.
Second.
Second. Craig? All in favor, say aye.
All right.
I
Great.